guess.
All rhymes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Boom.
So,
Oh,
is that good?
that's good. Cell phone charger's back if you need one.
Thank you so much.
Oh, welcome.
Now I'm just driving his car a little bit. I'm just like, okay, I need to be willing to learn, willing to be patient with myself, and just go slow. And if I'm not sure of something, just don't do it.
I was one of those people. I'm a really bad driver, so when I realized through like taking the tests and like getting my driver's license and doing all that, I realized like there's absolutely nobody who would care if you like pulled off to the side of the road for like a safety reason. It's like I used to be like, oh, I have to be the perfect driver and like nobody can perceive me as a bad driver. So I would like make mistakes in traffic all the time, and instead of just like backing up and like pulling off to the side of the road and like figuring things out, like taking a breath, I would just power through, and I almost got in a crash one time, and that was when I was like, okay, I just, you know what, I have to bite the bullet and be that like crazy woman driver who just pulls over to the side of the road, puts her hazards on, and is not afraid to be perceived as a bad driver. Because I would rather be a safe driver than a good driver. Sorry. Like,
Being a good driver is being a safe driver.
I don't know, I think like there's always like especially in the city, there is this like Chicago drivers, there's like a stereotype or like stigma or like whatever, where it's like people from here think like they're the best drivers or the worst drivers or whatever, and it's like people always have opinions on driving. But honestly, I don't care. I just want to get to and from where I'm going safely, and when I have people in my car, I'm responsible for them, and I want them to be safe.
Exactly.
It's a big responsibility. Driving is
It's
hard.
a privilege.
It's a privilege, and it's not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
So that's why, Mr. Sir, I really respect you.
Oh, I'm a terrible driver. Don't worry about it. We're not making it. I'm sorry.
You're hearing all of this. You're like, I'm going to rewind this tape and watch it later. 'Cause what are they saying? No, our friend here, she drives for Uber as well. So that's why we're talking about all this.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. So she's gonna report me for.
Oh my
Probably
gosh.
the manager
No.
over here.
The manager of Uber. Could you imagine? Have you ever had like Karens in your car or like backseat drivers, I guess is what you call
I
it?
had one, and I still think about it to this day. It's the funniest thing ever because like I picked her up. She was like, I picked her up. I was like, hey, how you going? Blah, blah. She's like, I just got from this meditation like yoga class, and she's like, I feel like so centered. And like, as soon as the car started, go, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, whoa, lady, you need another class, dude. Oh.
I think she just sees Jesus.
Yeah. But for the most part, people are chill. I mean, I'm a big guy. Like people are like they're pretty good about it. And then I'm a comedian, so like if we get to
I can so tell. Oh my gosh, you are funny.
Thanks. So it's like that. So I tend to not. I also don't drive at night, so no drunks or anything like that.
I had to stop doing that because it just gets too crazy. There's been a few times where I'm like, it's worth driving at night, and then there's some times where I'm like, nah.
Yeah. No, and I actually started doing this. So I grew up in California, so I was doing this in San
Wow.
Francisco. So I was doing this in San Francisco, and it was the same thing where it was just.
So you
like,
also know all about that sleeper train that we're talking about.
I don't want to say it's a 36-hour drive if you want to drive.
Okay.
I've done it 3 times.
No, correct us, please, please.
But that train is cool. You see a ton of stuff. It's all the same stuff you see if you're on the 80, but you're not like driving while you do it. So it's really scenic. It's really chill.
Wow.
But people, passengers are fine. People are pretty chill. The other thing is, like, this isn't my 9 to 5. This isn't my job. I'm 9 to 5. I'm a cloud infrastructure engineer.
Oh wow.
So like this is a hobby, and I also have a show on YouTube called Getting in Cars with Strangers. So I blur this out,
So
and
fun.
you don't know who I'm talking to. And if they want to go online, we'll go. But because you know, as a driver, you talk about whatever. People get in the car, and you just have all kinds of conversations.
Oh yeah.
So like philosophy, life, theology, what they're doing for work, the type of jobs they do. So I've got like 270 episodes off right now.
Wow.
And that's what I love. So I turn the car into something like that, the drive into something like that. So people don't have time to Karen out on me
My
yet.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I mean, you also have a great attitude to where I wouldn't even. I don't know why someone would go off on you, really.
Right? It just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Also, I'm 6'3"
People-
and I'm built like a football player. So like,
Yeah,
It's
nobody's
so-
messing with me.
Nobody is. Like, they get in the car and people behave really well when they
It's
get in the car.
funny because I'm tabbed up, so I feel like some people they get a little scared of me, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not
It's,
scary. I'm actually kind of a soft person.
yes. And that's my problem. I tell people all the time, one of my girlfriends said I have what's called resting brood face, where I look like I'm brooding. I'm
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
again,
yeah.
I'm a comedian, I'm goofy, I'm sweet, I'm funny. People are like, oh, you must be a football. I'm a musician, I'm a flamenco guitar player. Like, I'm not what people see with this big body guy. Like, I'm so not that dude.
We just
but
came from a party where you and like a tiny like 2-year-old little boy have that resting brooding face where
It's
it's just
so funny.
focused in.
just look like.
And you're like, are you mad at me?
yeah,
Did I do something?
Oh, that's so funny. Poor kid.
Yes, that little baby. Oh my
Yeah.
But
gosh.
he's so sweet. He's so funny.
Yeah, see? That's,
He's a
and
little
that's it.
uncle baby. He's a little
Oh,
uncle
that's
baby.
fun. Yeah, it's like one of those observant kids.
Yes.
It's just like always watching people.
And
like,
it kind of freaks you out after a while. You're like, what do you know that I don't? At least
Yeah.
that's
my daughter was like that, where she would make eye contact, like at newborn. Literally, the day she was born was just like look you in the eyes, like staring at people. And even the nurses were like, babies don't normally do that.
Is she okay?
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how old is she now?
12.
Bro,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, and she actually went to school here in Oak Park, and she
Hey,
had
okay.
the top math scores in the district.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, top math score in the district for her. And they and now she moved, but same thing. She's top of the class on math. Super low smarty pants.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Math is insane.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah, math's not my greatest subject. I do about simple math,
Sure.
and I know what's good and what's not, and that's about it. And the rest is art, and
Great.
I'm great at art and sports.
Nice.
Don't get me started on math. If you ask me about geometry, I can't tell you nothing.
Same here. But, I can add really quickly, but that's as far as I go. Like, anything,
Yeah.
I'll figure out the bar tab, I'll add tax, I'll do all that, no problem. But geometry, like what? The shape of a what? The
It's
circumference?
like I'm not using this.
Yeah, exactly. We got a phone. I got a phone. I don't
It's
need
like
it.
if I was using it, I would, but like I'm not. I just need to add, subtract,
Yeah.
divide.
Right? That's what they teach in school.
Multiply.
Though I have a friend who just got a GD, and it's like they do geometry, a little bit of trigonometry,
Oh,
and
wow.
then math, multiplication, division, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you know also Illinois, the state of Illinois, you have to do a separate proficiency after you get your GED in order to be considered like a high school equivalent?
Really?
And I'm like,
Wow.
aren't y'all like bottom of the country on education? Like, how is this that I got to take something extra? Like, do you do that in public schools? Have you taught any of this? Like, what are they talking about?
Wow,
They take it way
wow.
too serious. Way too serious.
I had no idea.
So y'all just finished partying?
I mean, go away party, unfortunately. Our really
Ah.
close friends from church.
Uh-huh.
They're moving, which is so amazing. They have a little one and another one on the way, and
Uh-huh.
they're just spreading out. They're not really city people.
Uh-huh.
They're wide open spaces people, and they got the opportunity from the Lord to do it and move out there, and we're all so excited for them, but in the back of our throats,
Little
we're all
sad.
like choked up a bit. And yeah, we're gonna miss them, but
That's sad. Yeah.
we got together, had some barbecue. It's hot outside.
Today's the day to barbecue. Today's the day to barbecue.
I'm so full. I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap when I get home.
Uh-huh.
It was fun.
That's great.
And then we also got to see our friend's house.
Where they're going to?
No, our other friend,
Oh.
and her husband got a house
Oh, nice.
over there, so we got to kind of see their place a little bit.
Over here in like, was this Oak Park or I don't
Yeah,
know?
where
if
you
it's
picked us up.
Oh, I got you.
Galewood, I
Gale,
guess.
yeah.
But Oak Park, basically, for lack of a better.
Yeah, it's really. I've never really been back in that area, and I was like, "Oh, it's nice over here. Got little hills and stuff, and nice houses." I was like, "Oh, it's this neighborhood." I just bought something in Berwyn, but I'm
Hey,
moving back
brother.
to Edgewater. I don't want to. I'm a city boy. I
I
can't
feel
do
you,
it.
man. I feel you.
What opportunity are they going for? Are they like doing something with the church or something?
No, actually, I think it was just God wanted to move them, and they. So, actually, funny story. At least how I heard it. They're married, our friends, and the wife had heard from God. It was like downloaded, like you should move, and she really fighted it for a while. She was like, "No, I love this place. I love our church. I love our family. We just had a baby. Like, what's going on?"
Yeah, you don't want to be.
And then obviously she told her husband, and he was like, "Okay, we got to pray about it." And he did not necessarily want to like go, you know? But as the head of the household, he was like, okay, like, I'm committed to hearing from the Lord about this. And so the wife was praying that he would have his own revelation about moving. And he did. And so since November of last year, they had been thinking about this, praying about it. And yeah, eventually they made the decision to follow God's will. And they're moving out there for, I don't even know like what they have set up, but they were house hunting and they just knew we got to move. So they moved. But they were so instrumental in setting up our church here in Chicago that I think they're just going to have the opportunity to receive, you know?
Sure.
To just like enjoy being one in a crowd for a little while.
Yeah.
But they're both, I mean, he sings on our worship team at church. So his voice is like our church. When you think about going into the sanctuary, you hear his voice and we're all going to miss him so much, but we know that the Lord's will is to prosper them and to give them, you know, their dreams.
That's cool. So, like, yeah, I mean, if they both got the download that says y'all should go,
Yeah, brother.
it's time to go. Time to go.
I also heard that they have more family out there too, so it makes it easier having kids.
They
and
are
family.
from the South, so they are family people for sure.
Because I heard he was from the border of Georgia and North or South Carolina. That's what he told me.
Sure.
He's like right on the border.
Oh yeah, land out there is so cheap right now too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's easy to make that move if you don't mind being out in the middle of nothing.
Right.
I wouldn't mind that.
No, they're like we want to like farm our own food, like hunt our own meat,
They wanna
like do
go
all that.
all
I'm like,
over.
yes.
Yeah.
Way to do it. Way to live.
I get.
I like it in the
But
middle.
also, I'm such a city person. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I mean, it depends if you grew up in the city or not. 'Cause, like, I didn't grow up in the city. I grew up in Rockford, Illinois.
Oh
so
yeah.
it's that thing of like I'm used to cornfields. I'm used to like quiet, and I love it. But I also been living in the city long enough to be like I like the city. Like I couldn't live where I'm from anymore unless I wanted to just be there for my family.
Sure.
Which I have family that lives out there.
Yeah.
Most of my family lives out there.
I get that.
But I would rather be in like Rosemont or Skokie.
Okay.
Or Des Plaines.
Little quieter
or, like,
suburbs. Yeah.
But still near Chicago.
Yeah.
Or even like this area is not bad either.
Yeah.
Or even like Oak Brook's not terrible.
Yeah.
You know?
I get it. Yeah. So a city adjacent. You're in the
Yeah,
suburb
I
of
don't
the
want
city.
it too quiet per se.
Yeah.
I think I might change my mind later in life.
Right. Or
You
one
never
way
know.
or the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up in wine country.
Oh wow.
Really?
And so yeah.
In
and
Sonoma?
So, in Sonoma,
Brother.
Santa Rosa, California is where I grew up. And
okay, so you're living a fairy tale Disney movie?
over
Great.
there, right?
Right.
And then, but like the second I moved to San Francisco, I was like, I can't.
Oh
What are you
yeah.
talking about? And then I moved to LA and I lived in Hollywood, and I
Wow.
was on the same block as the hospital, like emergency, where the helicopter would go.
Oh wow.
And so when I would go to my hometown, I'm like, it's too quiet. I can't sleep.
Yeah,
I
bro.
can't sleep here.
No,
It's
I get
way
it.
too quiet. And after that, I'm like, I'm just a city boy. I can't do suburbs. I can't do quiet. But at first, I was like, I'm never gonna leave. This is beautiful. Why would I ever want to go anywhere else?
Right, I'm in
Blah,
Sonoma
blah.
County.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
like, what am I talking about? It's so nice, but like, and yeah, as a teenager, I was like, I gotta get out of here. I can't stand it.
Oh, yeah.
But now I went back like last year, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. Like, it's so nice. Like, why did I hate it so much?
Yeah.
But there's nothing there. There's
Yeah.
no energy. There's nothing to do.
And it's
At least
also
I like
interesting when you have kids in the picture too, because you're not just thinking about what you want in your lifestyle. You're thinking about the right opportunities and lifestyle for your children too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some
Yes.
kids thrive in the city and some kids thrive in the country. Like I grew up,
Oh yeah.
like I thrived in cornfields.
Yeah. And that's a big part of it too. Me and her mom are not together. And so we broke up over there when I lived in the Bay Area. And then she moved here. And then I was like, well, I can work from home, so I guess I'm coming to Chicago.
That's so cool. What'd you do in the Bay Area? What were you doing for work there?
Same thing?
Really?
Yeah.
So Silicon Valley, then you're kind of from the
Yeah, exactly.
brother. We are out of a church that's a satellite church, and I already know that you know Bay Area is mega loaded with these millennial churches popping up now.
Sure.
But our head pastor started a church in Silicon Valley
Oh, that's
Mountain View.
Mountain View.
And
okay.
yeah, our pastors in Chicago
Yeah.
came from that church, and
Oh, that's
So our head
cool.
church, Vive, just plants all of these other churches as a global system.
Sure.
And so we have like a couple locations still out in California, Oakland, obviously Chicago, we're one of one,
Wow.
and low-key the best, but you didn't hear that from me.
Sure.
And all over the world too, but Bay Area, they're doing something crazy out there with like how Silicon Valley looks now, different from like 10 years ago.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
All the AI stuff and innovation, like you said, the cloud, like
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It's
People
a
are
lot.
engineering like crazy stuff.
Yes. Yes. And driving the house prices up.
Well, yeah.
Like quite a bit.
I was gonna say, like, you have a family still in Sonoma?
Everybody.
Really?
Everybody. The only family I have out here is my kid.
Wait, so you guys own like the land out there?
No. My family has, my mom has some houses, my grandma has a house, they have houses out there. Some of them depending
Gotcha.
on, but yeah, we don't own any like land.
Gotcha,
No, it's
gotcha.
not like that. I'm like first generation born in America.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
out of here. I'm trying to get free healthcare. No,
I
sorry.
get it. That's so funny though.
Yeah.
Such a small world though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mountain View, Bay Area.
There's
all of
so
it.
many California license plates out here.
Yeah.
Every day I'm
I
seeing
know.
10, 15 when I'm driving. There's so many.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You just need that.
Yeah. Because I remember when I first got here in like 2018, I was like, oh, I could buy a house every day. Like, what? They're so cheap out here. What are you talking about?
That's hilarious.
But now they're up and up and up. So
Yeah, they're up and up.
that's just how it goes.
Oh, you've seen, I mean, you're driving, so you've seen all this casino stuff and everything and how
Yeah.
things are looking.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Chicago, but it's almost like we want to be California in
Yes.
a way.
Well, a lot of California.
And I said, all the Californians are moving here now. What's going on?
because it's so much cheaper, and
Yeah.
it's driving the prices up here. I have a friend, the same thing, where he's like, our property taxes keep going up every year. The house is the more value. He's like, I'm not doing anything. He's like, I can't afford these taxes.
I know.
And he's like, it's so much added to it, and it's because people are coming from Mountain View,
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, and they're going out to Oak Brook. They're going out like
Yeah.
past out there, Naperville, all that stuff, and they're like, oh, houses are under $500,000.
I know. It's wild.
So
You
I'll take two.
you could not pay me money to buy a property in Chicago, in city proper. And
It's
Sure.
actually expensive.
I'm so sorry.
yeah,
I would rather live in and truly this is preferable to a city rat like me,
Uh-huh.
but I would love a skyrise. And that in itself is a home. That's
Yeah.
a mortgage
yeah,
on a rent payment. And living somewhere else, like having a home somewhere else,
yeah,
it's more desirable now. And I think that's just the California model
yeah.
coming into all these other cities. But then again, what do I know? You know?
Well, and it is, if you get out to like the burbs, if you get out, there's houses over there like where that is the model of single family home, single story, and they're all over the place. That's kind of the American dream idea that people
The
have.
suburbs, though, I'm sorry, I'm a suburb hater. Maybe because I grew up in them. I didn't grow up in cornfields nor Sonoma County, so I did get that like suburban. You have a lot of neighbors, but
Yeah.
you still have space,
Yeah,
and it's this weird in between where you start to see how urbanized all of the suburban areas are getting.
oh yeah,
And it's like at this point, I'll just live in a city.
oh yeah.
I'll live in the city where I can at least get my bus pass, you know?
And people don't care about what your lawn looks like. You're not going to get
Exactly.
police knocking on your door saying, "Hey, your
need to
neighbors
cut it down,
feel
yeah.
like you need to mow the lawn more often
it's
than
crazy.
you're doing." And that's a legit thing that they'll do.
Yeah, but then you want to start a family, and it's like, well, we need more space.
Right? We need more room.
Oh, so it's cornfields or city. Which one are we choosing?
Right? And that's
Well, it depends where you're at. If you have an HOA, because where I'm from, we don't have HOAs unless
Yeah.
you're in a gated community. So
Yeah.
it depends
Oh.
who you're talking to.
yes, that's a
Because
great
if you're,
point.
if you're talking to somebody who's like in an HOA, they might
Yeah.
be like, "Don't live in the HOA. It sucks."
They are awful.
And it's not fun. And I've seen people who do that, and
Yeah.
I know people from my hometown who lived in a gated community.
Uh-huh.
If you knew somebody, you can go into the pool, but if you don't, you gotta pay extra.
Mhm.
Blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, hell no, I'm not doing that. Because I don't. I live out here,
Yeah.
and I can literally. It's way cheaper for me to live outside the HOA
Yeah.
than
Oh,
actually live where you guys are living.
Oh yeah.
And-
Because you have to pay extra for the HOA. You have to pay for it.
And crazy enough, you're in the middle of nowhere, so why do you need a gated community? All you're getting is skunks, possums, and maybe some deer.
Well, that's a lot of Chicago has that. Evanston used to have a wall.
Oh
You
yeah.
couldn't get into it.
That is
So a lot
crazy.
of that comes from we're going to keep the other colored people out. And that's what a lot of the foundation, like a lot of that is structurally built into Chicago.
Yeah, all the
Chicago
redlining
birds.
and
Like the
gentrification.
birds out here are all very much in that.
It kind of stinks. But then you have like all the pockets of the city which are meant for a certain purpose, and I think the government of Illinois is trying to play into Chicago should just be redlined. Like we should zone
Right?
all of these separate places so that you have your residentials and then you have your sky rises and you have the places where all of the commuters are coming into
Right.
and then leaving at 5 p.m. So
Yeah.
where does that leave people who want to still live in a city
Right.
and start a family in said city?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's also a lot of like the remote work stuff has changed the game since 2019.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really, as an unemployed lady currently, this sucks. It puts your housing in question. It puts your family in question, church in question. Like everything becomes about what are you doing and where are you doing it,
Right? Yeah.
and how can you get there
Exactly.
safely?
Yeah. No, you're right. Because people are living to work in America.
Yeah.
In America, we are living to work.
So
In
then
other
having a
countries,
gated
that's not
community
the
makes
case.
no sense because you'd
Yeah.
rather
Unless
have-
you're gonna pay millions of dollars every
Yeah.
year, and you're just I hate to say, a rich person.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say race because
Right.
I don't. There's rich everybody.
Sure. But if you have the money to
Yeah.
not work, if you
Then,
don't have to
then
work.
go
yeah.
ahead and waste your money if you really want.
Right.
Like I could care less. That's not my money. That's yours.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But like where I'm from, no one's gonna talk to you about your law.
Yeah.
Most likely they'll say, "Hey, do you need some help?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm good. I can take care of it," and they'll still do it for you
Oh, for sure.
because that's just how we are.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows each other somehow, some way. Whether it's your parents knew their parents,
Yeah.
or
And
you
that's
know them,
community.
and that
Yeah.
like, you just know people because you went to school with them. You may not be friends,
Mhm.
but you definitely aren't like enemies either. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Cool.
Yeah.
And then it's that.
And that's like what we're supposed to be. That's what villages were supposed to be. That's what
Yeah,
towns are.
right.
Like that's the community aspect that we all as humans have. Unfortunately, our village is now 10 million people, 3 million people.
As soon,
We
as
lose
soon
that.
as we started calling the suburbs villages and townships, I
Right.
think that was the most like malicious thing in in
Ah,
64, brother.
I
In
don't
64,
know.
when the suburbs were created, I just not to be all like
No,
historical,
but you're
though,
right. Yeah.
but like it's the language that we use. I'm a big stickler for language, and I
Yeah.
do believe as a Christian that like there's power in the tongue.
Absolutely.
And the way we're so deceptive about calling spades, it's
Yeah.
it's
you're not.
it paints a
wrong.
different picture.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think what is it? Bruce Lee said it best. He said words are magic. Why do you think it's called spelling? Putting a spell on something.
That's a crazy quote by Bruce Lee.
Right?
LOL. I love
Right?
those
Like,
movies.
but that's what he said. He said every day you give yourself 5 words, cast a spell on yourself. You say, I'm good enough. Today is my day. God is with me. I'm doing the right thing, and today I'm gonna win. Every day, cast that spell on yourself. And say,
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Golly.
Well, I think too, like if I say I'm from Rockford, a lot of people think I'm naive.
Okay. I sure did.
And-
Sorry. No, it's okay.
No, you're good. Like people just think I'm naive because Rockford's a small city.
It is.
And blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's like if I tell you there's stabbing, shootings, you still can get mugged. I've
Oh, yeah.
literally been, I've literally been driving in Rockford and I've had homeless guys in front of me where I'm like,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you gonna bust up my car?
Yikes.
Like-
yeah.
There's some neighborhoods that suck.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know why? Because everyone who can't afford it in Chicago anymore goes to Rockford.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, everyone's like, Rockford must be so nice. And I'm like, you know what? It depends who you talk to. My mom works in the hospital and she sees a lot of stuff.
Oh, I bet.
And in
Oh,
that
okay.
area, they're trying to get people to move in. And my mom looked at me because I was going to move down here at one point.
And she was like, maybe not
And
that.
she's like, do not go near the hospital. That
Sure.
is a full-on facade. You're going to hate it so much, and it's so dangerous. Trust me, that apartment looks super nice now.
Yeah.
You don't realize that you're going to be in a zone where you're going to see lots of different people that are going to the hospital because they either shot somebody, stabbed somebody, got in a car accident, OD'd. You don't know what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Even like when I was there, because I went to Texas, came back to Illinois, so like I can't do Texas.
Yeah.
I stayed with them, and I was doing blood transfusions at the time, like for to donate plasma.
Oh yeah.
And my mom was like, at the hospital, this all happened. This guy smoked something that was laced. He went on a rampage, started stabbing people in a good neighborhood.
Ooh.
In a good neighborhood, by the way.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, how did you know? I'm like, well, I heard about it. Where was it at?
Yeah.
Because people were all talking about it. She's like, normally she's the one telling me.
Yeah. Well, I always look at that though of like, if you were to take the total number of all the people that were there and then go how many times are you in a hospital, it's like working at a hospital, your mom only sees the bad times that people come in. She doesn't see the 98% of the people that live every day with nothing bad happening at all.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, and that's like, I as an Uber driver, people get in the car and they're like from another country and they're like, should I be wearing a bulletproof vest in America?
It's like, you're
Or
fine.
people visiting Chicago, or like, am I going to be okay? And it's like, yes, because there's the news, there's what you see on the news, and then there's what's actually here with all the people.
I tell that with people too all the time, and I say, hey, like, Southside isn't all bad.
No.
You don't know where to go, so don't go down there.
Right.
It's just like, don't go down the alleyway wearing pearls.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get your pearls snatched in an alleyway. It's common sense.
Yes, depending
Pay
on where the
attention.
alleyway is. Exactly. And that's really the more of it. It's it's more likely that, like, if you look at what's the odds of anything happening, it's like point something for every 100,000 people. It's really not that bad.
Like, even if you specifically look at everything too, the population here is higher.
Yes.
That's why that makes sense of what thinks Chicago's
have
not,
more.
Rockford's not dangerous.
Exactly.
Because it's a lower population,
By
right?
comparison. Exactly. The numbers. That's what I always look at. And
So, yeah,
once you factor that in, everywhere is pretty chill, actually.
exactly. You just
Yeah.
gotta know what to do. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
I pray that your cards hit.
Me too. Thanks.
Love you, Rose. See you tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
You're a really good driver, by the way.
Uh,
I've been sitting in the middle, so I've been able to see all the action on the road. Trust me, there's been action on this road,
Oh,
so
yeah, I
you
was
are
here for it.
very
Thanks.
patient.
Yeah, professional, that's what I do over here. Yeah. And that's part of it. Like, people have said, they're like, how do you talk like while you're doing this? And like, that's just me, like my person. I'm just able to,
Yeah, I can tell.
while I do stuff, this is all auto. Plus I grew up fixing old cars.
Wow.
So like, if I'm in a car driving, like that's a good day. So I'm not thinking about all this stuff. I've been driving since I was like 8.
My friend Caitlin and I here, we have been like driven home by another like older gentleman who goes to our church as well. He has a little girl and everything. You remind me a lot of him in a way because he has the gift of gab, and truly he is so funny, so witty, so quick, and he's doing all this while like one-handed driving, and I'm like, you are just born and bred for this, truly.
Yeah, that's really it.
And some people have it and some people don't. You have it, sir. So.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, like I said, it's a hobby. Like this is what I do. I did a bunch of stuff during the day, and I was like, I can't wait to drive. I'm just gonna talk to people and drive around, and like, that's what I do for fun.
It's an amazing attitude to have because people do like, especially in Uber and Lyft in the game,
Yeah.
people get so focused on like the money aspect and how many rides per hour to make this certain money and blah 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 blah.
Yes. Yeah.
And you just see that it takes a toll on people.
Yeah.
And it's always about the car upgrade. It's always about the this and that, and gas.
And
blah.
they get so stressed about it, and they get really mad wherever they're going, and I got to get this pickup, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it really ends up becoming a lot more than it has to be. That's for sure. So did you all meet at church then?
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
we all came from like totally different places, all in the city. But yeah, all just stumbled in. I think I heard about church from a friend. I think Rose had done some research herself and came in by herself and then left. But one of our friends caught her and was like, "Hey, you haven't been here before." So she kept coming back. And then Caitlin, how did you find out about the church?
Social media.
Through social media. Yeah. A lot of people will come into our church and say, like, I was just looking up like local church near me on Google Maps, and they're like, "We found you. We came." I'm like, "Praise the Lord. That's
All
really
right,
cool."
that works out. Yeah, so that's why there's so many churches. They're
Yeah,
everywhere.
really. They're all popping up. And
Right?
we rent out of a high school, so
Okay.
it's like you never would guess. Half the churches don't even look like that cathedral type anymore. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
we're renting out of a building, or it's just like a brick and mortar painted white or black on the outside. And you're like, what's going on in here?
Yeah, that's
It's church.
interesting. Okay, so it's a not fully like it's just it's out of a high school
Yeah,
like
so
gymnasium.
I should probably say that. So we are a Christian non-denominational church.
Okay.
So I think more like Catholicism or Presbyterianism, Lutheranism, like those ones that are steeped in like a specific denomination, will have more like religiously telling buildings
Yeah.
with some stained
Cathedral type.
glass.
Yeah.
You know, a Jesus on a cross here and there.
Yeah.
But so we do it out of the school's gymnasium every Sunday. We set up, we tear down. But you can take a look at any of these buildings around here in Fulton Market, and I'm sure there's a church that on a Sunday is like, can we rent out some space and strike a deal with the owners of the building, and they'll set up on
That's
Sundays.
cool. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, I think it's a lot more of like a Christian non-denom thing.
Sure.
I think to be like, hey, we just need space.
I've seen that a lot. Yeah,
yeah.
the church space. Yeah, and a starting church before they
Yes.
actually turn it into something and go. Like I am assuming your church that has places in other states, they have like physical buildings
Yes,
in
sir.
those. Yeah, so
Yes.
they just haven't got there here yet. Yeah, but that's cool.
But I think it's that idea of how these churches started, even if there was like a head leadership and then they encouraged somebody who was discipling underneath them, like, hey, you guys should start a church.
Yeah.
It'll usually take place in like somebody's home. It's like invite the people you know, start delivering sermons or what you hear from the Lord, or do like a Bible study. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden people are coming to your house every Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, might as well like rent out an event space. Because I'm
Yeah.
sure you know in Chicago, especially in the area we're in right now,
Mhm.
all the co-working stuff, all the post-COVID, just like event space,
Yeah.
people want to rent out their spaces so bad.
Yeah, all these ones here,
Brother.
they would love to. Every single you see
Yeah.
all the for sales would love to have some money coming in.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
oftentimes like connected to public, just like public spaces or even housing and residentials.
Yeah.
So when people look up on their phone, like Google Maps or whatever, they're just like looking for a church, social media, the things that are near them.
Yeah.
Oh, boom, there's like a congregation that's meeting, praising the Lord. I wonder where that music was coming from. Oh, it's beneath my building. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's one, and then they go and look for something because it's there where they are.
Yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
usually there is kind of that like head branch, like some location that was either the first to start or has a lot more, not popularity, but just like numbers, more of a social media
Time.
presence,
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
bigger ministries, a lot more people to help out. I mean, the three of us in the car, we're volunteer staff for the church, so we're
Cool.
coming in early to set up and then tear down. And the places that have the people who put their hands to the plow, they'll grow, truly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My mom's church was like that, where it started with like one building, really small, and it just kept growing and growing. And now they've got like childcare
Yes.
and like all this stuff, and it's like a campus. That they're
Yeah,
doing
brother.
it
See,
all.
you know. Did you grow up in the church with your mom then?
No, I'm trying to think how I did it. How did we do it? So we started Catholic because I'm Mexican.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, 100%. And then
Brother.
after a little bit, we stopped going when I was like a kid, and then when I was like a teenager, I think my mom converted to Christianity.
Okay.
And like baptized and stuff like that.
Born again.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so she did that, and then that was cool. But at that point, I was very much not in any sort of faith. And then I joined a cult after high school that was not a Christian anything
Yeah.
for a little bit. Yeah.
Were you ever in like school, secondary, like after high school, or was it more of like a communal thing?
No, I didn't do anything like that. Like you mean like you go do a school day and then you go do stuff after school?
No, I'm so sorry.
Like college or something.
Yeah, college or like
yeah,
a community
high school
program.
dropout. Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
do any of
Oh,
this.
so that's how you got the. So where did you get the GED from?
I am a high school dropout. A friend of mine got a GED. I didn't do that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I did
I
well.
thought from the earlier story you were talking about you.
Yeah, I did one in California called the California High School Proficiency Exam
Okay.
that they only offered for like 2 years.
Ah.
And I have a high school diploma in California.
Wow.
But everywhere else, I'm a dropout.
Oh, I get it now. I
Yeah.
get it now.
Yeah, but it's fine because like I really only did that so that I could join a cult, and then I did the cult thing for a little while, and I moved to Hollywood to be an actor,
Yeah.
and then
That feels like a pipeline in a way.
right the cult to actor pipeline.
Cult to actor pipeline, cult in Hollywood pipeline.
Yes, yeah. And then after that, I got into IT because I was like, oh, acting is not paying any bills. I should do some.
Are you still in that cult?
Oh no. That was forever ago.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was well, yeah. They kind of kicked me out a little bit, and then we're like,
Were you asking too many questions?
no, I was
Really?
sleeping around,
Okay.
and then,
That'll do it too.
and then they were like, and then I was like, oh, everything you guys do is bullshit. Actually,
Right.
maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm not gonna come back to it. And then I separated from it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. Because that cult stuff is cracked up. It's crazy. And
Sure
even
is.
when we, like, I don't know. I think all of those rules of, like, if you do mess up or whatever, like, you're doing something we don't want to do, it's like, hey, reality check, you're a cult. So.
Isn't everything we're doing the thing you're not supposed to do? Cult,
Crazy.
right?
Well, glad you're out of that, man.
I mean,
But, like, since then, I mean, well, also, not to ask so many personal questions,
I love
like, did your family know when that was happening, that you were a part of something like that? And
Oh,
then, like,
yeah.
reconciled when you left?
my mom
Really?
had to sign. My mom had to, because I started at 17 to work for them.
Okay.
And so she had to sign to allow it to happen.
Wow.
But I was like, I'm gonna do this in 6 months. You might as well just let me do it now. And she's like, all right, fine. And then, but she was still like, it's a Scientologist. I was a Scientologist. I was at the Cultist Church Scientology. And so my mom was like, I don't know about Scientology. I don't know anything about it, blah, blah, blah. So she like checked it out. And like, I'm pretty sure she hired like a PI to like come and like see what was going down, what I was doing.
Interesting.
And then,
She couldn't access the second floor of the building, so I'm heard.
right.
They
So
locked her out.
the PI, yeah,
Have
they
you
couldn't get
seen
in.
those?
Yes, the runners, the Scientology
The runners, brother.
So funny.
Dude.
So funny.
What are they keeping back there? I think the lizard.
I know what it
people.
is. I can tell
I
you
think
what it
it's
is.
the lizard.
It's
No, don't spoil it for me.
Okay.
I want to have my theories.
All right.
But continue. Sorry.
But yeah, so that was it. But then after a while, it was just kind of like, this is just what he's doing. Because my mom, it was cool about my mom, and she was like, he's just gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of let me do whatever I was gonna do. Just as a whole, that's my childhood.
Well, that's how you learn.
He's gonna do what he's gonna do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But then, so you and your mom are like good though.
Oh, we're
Through all of
good.
that, you guys are
yeah.
reconciled.
Yeah, because it was very much a like, she wasn't like, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to live by how I'm living, and it was never anything like that.
Sure. I bet she was praying for you, man.
I mean, it never stops. That's what I hear. I get a lot of that, and I'm like, all right, cool, thanks, I guess. But you know, it's nice. It's nice to be, just my mom. I would hope she prays for me.
Yeah.
You know, I would hope. But yeah. Yeah, right? How does that prayer go? I think is like, I hope he figures it out eventually. That's, I think, the one she should say.
Yeah, man, that's a prayer. Truly.
Oh, she's praying hard, man. I'm going to need a lot of work over here to figure it out.
And the thing is, though, like, it's not a figure it out thing. Because clearly, we all try to figure it out on our own, and that leads us to Scientology, black entrances, exits, and all the things in the between. Like,
Right?
it can be really overwhelming when we want to do it in our own strength. So having, people praying for you, it reminds you, I can't do it by myself.
Well, the reason, I'll be honest, like, the reason why Scientology got me was because everything they said actually made practical sense. They are the only non-Earth-centric religion that exists. Every other religion is like, the center of the universe is Earth. The universe is only a few thousand years old. Everything comes back. But Scientology is the only one that actually acknowledged the fact that space is trillions of years old. And that Earth is like only a very small part of the overall history of everything that's going on here. Like, to say that like everything was created 5,000 years ago, I know for a fact that's not true. It's not even a question. So at least Scientology kind of was like, well, yeah, this isn't it.
So you're like that practical, like, I need the rational
Yeah.
logic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
brother. I was
and-
super logical too before I came to Christ. I was like, I need this spelled out for me, and I need the premises, and I need the premises to validate the end product.
Yeah, let's prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it. Truly prove it. And no religion has done that. And that's really it. It's like, I have zero faith. I have zero faith. I can't and will not. I say that faith and belief are the enemies of fact and reason. You can't actually have both. But facts are facts.
Wow.
Faith is not that. And it's like, because this is the thing. I've read several Christian Bibles, beginning to end like an actual book. Once you read it, beginning to end like a book, and not what the pastor says, read this passage and think about it, but actually read it. Once you get to the end of that book, you're kind of like, oh, this is not it. It's stories and ideas, sure, allegories, a lot. And that's where I kind of also wrestled with a lot of the like, this is the word of God, but it's allegory. It's all facts. This is the word of God. But
yeah, like the parabolic things with Jesus kind of was like a wait.
Right? It's like, well, is it? But it's like, and it's like, okay, we can look at like the book of Genesis and like human.
That is so interesting, and that you came from Catholicism, because I feel like you would be so much more inclined then to not even take the parables of Jesus as allegory, but as fact and rule, and live your life according to this. Because, correct me if I'm wrong,
Uh-huh.
I know a lot of like Hispanic Catholicism as well is deeply steeped in like the Bible is
Facts.
rules.
This
Yes.
is it. Do this,
This
live
is-
this way.
Live this way, and
Oh, yeah.
damnation, brimstone, hellfire.
Yeah.
And the idea and conception of like mercy, grace, and justification are kind of pushed to the side.
Oh, 100%.
Because the intimacy with Jesus is something, and like the relationship that creates a fluidity in the perfect logic of God.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, have you ever wrestled with that coming from
Yes.
a Catholic background?
Oh, yeah. And
Do you think it pushed you to be more like allegory versus fact?
No, because when I came to that, it was already, that was somebody trying to get me back.
Oh.
When they were like, no, it's actually not. It's actually
Oh.
not fact. It's actually not like that. They're like, because it's, and I'm like, well, doesn't the books, don't all of them say that this is the word of God? Don't all of them say that? They all do somewhere in there say that this is the word of God. So how does that then? It's not allegory. It can't be allegory because it says in the book that it's not.
So that's like the black and white thinking then of like it has to be one or the other.
See,
I
and
get
this is, and to me, it's like, you can't not. This is where, because you can say, well, that's black and white thinking. I believe in something. Belief and faith are the enemies of fact and reason and observation. They just are. Because I can observe and know things of like, the earth isn't that old.
Like
This
this.
isn't how it came to be. And that's a fact. But if I were to have faith, I would believe something else. Belief doesn't make it true.
But what about the interpersonal and intrapersonal, like perception from one to another? And I think the glory of the Bible being, as it all accounts within itself, the Word of God and factual, that,
What do you mean by interpersonal?
as in like how you perceive is
Mhm.
fact to you, but that could be deduced as not factual to someone else because it's not the same perception. Because we
That's
don't
so
all
interesting.
perceive the same things.
Right.
So my mind is like, if God is saying, yes, this is the word of God, and everyone in the Bible is in agreement that this is the word of God,
right.
that can't.
Be possible because everybody perceives something different. So how could they, right? And then you've got like faith is your own version of it. It's your own connection that you've created. Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
No, I was going to say, I think you can't go back on if everyone is in agreement in the word of God that this is the word of God. That leaves no room for your perception, dear reader,
Right.
could be anything outside of factually the word of God.
Right. Yeah. And then, yeah. So then,
But
yeah.
my question for you is like, if you're believing that, well, maybe I should just ask this.
Okay.
The Bible, which you've read,
Yeah.
you believe is only ever all allegory, correct?
100%, not even allegory. At this
But like
point,
stories,
it's stories. And it's stories to give a moral.
moralistic, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
moralistic
that's what I was
idea.
kind of thinking.
Yeah,
Example.
but then I also look at it's like, okay, well, is this translated from like which version, which Bible?
Yeah, people get
Whose
hooked up on that.
stories, who's all this, and right? Because like, yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, you kind of have to. You have to check your source. Who is it? What are they telling me? And why?
Well, hey,
why is
you're-
this the morals?
You're
that
talking
they
to
want?
someone who is already aforementioned. I'm a stickler for the vocabulary, and the
Yeah.
language changes how we perceive things.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm with you there. I
Yeah.
think the different translation leaves a lot more room to personal and interpersonal perceptions on the factual word of God. But
Right.
if God is also outside of just his God-breathed word, he is a person and real and in the Trinity. I mean, which is, again, outside of this conversation you and I are having. But
Right.
there's also that component of the relationship of the personal God.
Yeah. Now, someone I really like is Pete Holmes. I don't know if you've ever heard his community.
I've heard of him, but I don't. What does he believe?
He believes in God
Okay.
and nothing else. And he says I was just listening to a podcast who was talking because he has his own podcast and his other stuff's community, but a lot of it is the philosophy, theology of faith and belief in God and Christianity, because he grew up very, very, very Christian as a kid, you know, in those churches and non-denominational as well. And one of the great things he says, you know why I don't look for God? He says, okay, if you're going to a movie theater to watch a movie, okay,
Yeah.
it's projected on that screen and the movie is there and you're watching the movie on that screen, and the screen isn't part of the movie. It's what the movie is being played on. Consciousness that we have, that's the screen. We're looking for a God and looking for this, but it's like, just like what's her face that wrote Harry Potter isn't in the Harry Potter book. Why would God be here? Why would God be around here and in this? This is the story. This isn't what life is. Like, God's not just gonna come around and hang out, just like what's your face isn't gonna be in the Harry Potter books, right? And the consciousness that you've created, that's the screen, and that's God. And you can't find that in another thing. You can't look for that in another thing. That's
I
just,
do not think that is Christianity because of the Trinity with Jesus.
sure.
You know what I
and
mean?
and he started it Christian, and that's exactly it. It's
Oh,
like
I
at a
see.
certain point,
I see.
he kind of
Thank
was.
you.
Yeah, of course. He
Bye,
fell.
Caitlin. Love you.
He fell from it all,
Hey.
and then said,
Hey, love you.
I love you.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
and
Sorry.
then from there, it turned into
Okay, so it started.
as Christian, and then he lost faith, and then he was, he got a divorce. His wife cheated on him, and he had to be in the church of like, I thought this was the thing. I'm 20. I married the first person I had sex with, and she cheated on me.
Yeah.
Right? So then it's like, but then the question was, what does faith become from there? What does religion become from there? And what did he turn it into? And that's the stuff that I'm really curious about. But a lot of it is where, he would get into all kinds of the exploration of consciousness and theology and facts and information and faith. And he's very much a faith-oriented person at this point in time, but it's not a book Christian that it's not a specific church. It's very much, he's just like with faith and
Faith
with
is
belief.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also truly believe that even outside of any labels, because I used to be all up in different religious practices,
Yeah.
constantly seeking
Yeah.
God and a relationship with God, that we do, even if we aren't going to the lengths of, putting out 3 bowls and filling them with water each day, or reading a Bible, or reading a Torah, or reading, the Quran, or whatever we're doing, and how we dress, etc.
Yeah.
Those things outside of the more mental, rational, logical thinkings, I do believe that we all follow something. We all put our trust and faith and our eggs in a basket. And whether that basket is in an atheistic way, I'm not going to believe in anything. That's a choice we're actively making, and we're putting our eggs in that basket to not explore, or to not be curious, or to not contemplate and think and believe.
Yeah.
So I do think we all follow someone or something, and to the point of like this Holmes guy, who I have heard about in the past as well, which is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Trinity, the Bible, are that centerpiece of, I'm going to actively make a decision to follow this.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can be Christians. And I
Yeah.
think those who claim to be Christians and are making it into something that they're not are truly doing a disservice to those who are curious about any type of faith, to weigh those things that you had mentioned enlisted in our heads. So
Oh,
I think
yeah.
like there's nothing worse than blasphemy. You know what I mean? And we do it kind of left and right because we don't recognize that we are following something, we are believing in something.
That's a great point you say, though. There's nothing worse than blasphemy. So, do you believe that Jesus died on a cross for our sins?
Absolutely.
Okay, and we're drinking the blood of the Christ and the body of Christ?
Yes, when we
Okay.
take communion.
Yeah, because these are pagan witchcraft ceremonies. This is a blood ritual. You're drinking the blood and body of someone. He's transmutated himself into bread. These are.
Oh no, I don't
these
believe
are-
in the transmutation. I believe in the symbolic representation. As a born again Christian myself, going through the
Yeah.
baptism,
Mhm.
I do not believe that I am right now the heavenly body that I will be when I
Right.
get to heaven after death.
That's an
So
interesting
I
question.
am not, I'm drinking juice from a cup symbolically
Yeah.
of the blood of Christ.
Okay.
But the blood of Christ is covering me as we currently speak.
As
and so-
part of the ritual of drinking the wine and saying it's blood. It's a belief. This is a blood sacrifice ritual.
Well, I do believe that Jesus was the
sacrifice.
atonement. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the
For the-
only blood that he's the blood of the lamb
Right. Okay.
in his crucifixion.
What's the lamb? That's a really interesting.
The
What is
lamb?
the lamb? I mean, not an actual lamb, right? Because that lamb was also Passover, right?
Yeah, the Passover lamb.
Murder
So
a
that's a
lamb
real
and put its blood on your door,
Yeah.
which is a blood sacrifice,
Yeah.
which is
atonement.
pagan. Oh, it's atonement when it's your religion, but it's pagan
It's
if it's
atonement of
somebody else's.
sins.
What?
It's atonement of sin. So
I
I don't
didn't-
know
I
other
didn't do any
religions
sins.
that
Why am
use
I
the
born
blood
with sin?
sacrifice
I
as an
didn't do
atonement for
anything.
sins.
Why do I have to atone for something I didn't do?
Oh, so Adam and Eve to you then. I guess
It's
this
not
is where
real
we
at
start.
all. Not even remotely true or possible. But it is, right?
Oh, not possible. I haven't heard that.
How is it possible? We would all be inbred if that was fact. We would all be very, very, actually inbred. It doesn't take that many generations before deformity starts occurring. And even in the Bible of Adam and Eve, the first two people, right? After Adam and Eve go to another village to find wives. How is that possible?
Adam and Eve go to another
Not
village
Adam and
to
Eve, sorry,
find-
the sons. The sons go to a village to get wives. That's in that Bible. After it talks about Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, it talks about that. Then another thing it talks about is saying they needed wives, so they went to the nearest village and got wives. But how is that possible when Adam and Eve were the only first two?
Because I think God is creator and God can will.
You think
Make it
that.
happen.
That's not in the book though. You think that. You're filling it in. You're putting it in there. That's
Well,
not
I
in the book.
don't know all of the in betweens of what
There's a lot of
miss, but
There's
I don't
a
think
lot of
it
in-between.
matters that we know the exact bloodline and truly
Muslim,
who's to say
Muslim
that
has
God-
a bloodline.
who's to say that God could not save a race from deformities of being inbred? I think that's pretty
You're
limiting
right.
on God.
We can give all kinds of magical properties to a deity that we are making up. The properties as we're doing it. We can give them any properties. In fact, God could show up right now. Right now. Right now and now. Still doesn't happen. So we can say it's not. And why would he? Why would he, right? Because what am I doing, right? If I were to say, see how there's a lot of dances, a lot of filling in the blanks that people are doing that I, as a person who studies consciousness, studies thought, studies theology, studies
You recognize
belief,
it as belief, right?
and
And belief is the enemy of fact.
and
So
it's
those
just
two
you.
things can't be held in the same hand ever by you.
I can believe even then, because it's the other cool thing. So, okay, you familiar with dysmorphia, right? Where
Not really.
somebody looks in a mirror, obesity, anorexia, people who work out too much, they look in a mirror and they see something that's completely different than what you and I see when we look at them. Because every human, every single person recognizes their self in a mirror. And the brain interprets that vision based on how the brain feels about itself. But this is actually even beyond that, like literal sensation, the touch of an arm. And see, these are facts. It's not a question, this is a fact. The touch of an arm creates an electrical signal that goes up the nervous system, goes into the brain, and the brain says, oh, I'm being scratched. This is why hallucinogenic drugs also work, LSD, and mushrooms and all that stuff, because the brain is interpreting what it thinks those signals are. And it can just do that. This is a person going completely crazy and thinking they hear voices and all that stuff as well, is the brain interpreting what it believes it's perceiving.
Right, so that interpretation and perception do not feel like factual language to me. So I wonder how you're so adamant about this is fact, this is a thing that happens. You can't convince me of that if I don't experience it myself. So to me, this is not fact.
See, that's not how facts work. Facts are true whether you believe it or not.
Yeah, period. I believe that about God. So my facts on God will not be your facts until you experience them as such facts. But I've known the entire time that God,
I've talked to God.
Right.
Several times.
So
but
then,
I was on a shitload of mushrooms. I know that that's not real. But it was a full-on conversation.
But I think that's the choice you're deciding to make, is that though I factually had a conversation with God, and though I factually was on mushrooms, I am choosing to believe that God is not real because it was a side effect of those mushrooms.
See, I would need God to tell me something that somebody else then verified, and then I would know that that's objective fact. Which is also never, this is how you get objective fact. You got to get a third-party validation and verification, right? This is why when we do science, we have the thesis, and then somebody else tests that thesis to see if they can reproduce it, make sure that there's not something else with other factors, right? And we reproduce
But you're saying right now that in order to believe in God, you would need objective fact.
have to be. You can't not.
Interesting.
I can't believe anything without objective fact and objective verification.
However, it is also true that, as you said, fact is fact whether we believe it or not.
Right.
Okay, great.
Right? Like, you throw something up, it's going to come down.
Yeah,
It's a fact.
yeah.
So then it's like, okay, well, where are those? And again, I'm not saying there's no God. I'm saying, like, prove it.
No, I'm trying to get all up in where truly I used to be before I gave my life to Christ, because it's a fun, thought experiment to help empathize. I think all of this leads to a greater capacity for community. That's why I'm talking your ear off about it. I don't know. I could go on forever.
I love it.
Both my friends left, and I was like, no, I want to talk to this guy, figure out where he's
I'm
at.
glad they're not here. This is a fun comment. No, I'm joking. But still. But yeah, and that's like I said, I love that. I'm constantly curious about it. It's just that because I fell for a cult, I can't operate on faith. I won't. I can't let myself. I can't let myself operate on belief.
Would you say that being in a cult was like a trauma to you in a way?
How is it not?
Right.
How is it not?
I think the recognition of that is really powerful.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, cool, and like this isn't a trauma response. This is a how do you not fall for it? Because planet Earth is I hate to say this, but you gave yourself up to the Christian God. Why did you pick that one?
Is that rhetorical?
There's 1,000 other gods you could have chosen from. Why'd you pick that one?
Well, I was introduced to a lot of other gods,
Uh-huh.
and I feel truly led to Jesus. And when I was presented Jesus and I read the Bible, I had not just perceived a Christian God, I perceived my life, and I perceived all of these things that were presented to me as all known fact.
Yeah.
The God of Abraham and Isaac and the Jewish God was presented to me on offer. And as someone who was was susceptible to accepting other gods of the past, I thought, why not? And I've stuck with this one longer than I've stuck with any others.
Sure.
And he's shown me time and time again reasons as to why his love is supreme and powerful. And it won't lead me to any other gods because he is it. He
Okay.
is the one
true.
alpha, omega. Yeah.
Have you ever looked at the demiurge?
Spell it?
Demiurge. Demiurge.
URG? No. This is
So there's a religion that's actually been around a lot longer than Christianity that specifically talks about how there were multiple gods that had created the universe, and that one god a female god was trying to create without a male god to create life, and she created a false god that said, I'm the one true God. And that one true God tried to create a religion and got rid of other religions and other faiths to say, I am it. I'm the one true. I'm the only one. Worship me. Follow me. I'm the right one. I'm the true power. The only way to get to anywhere else is through me. And this is was it Sumerian? Yeah, it's a Sumerian religion. Sumerian religion is like 4,000 years old, something like that, the Samaria. But right, these are other gods.
From Samaria?
Yeah, Samaria.
Where we get Good Samaritans, and
Right.
how the Jews anciently distasted the Samaritans because of the fact that they were pagan worshiping,
right.
and the Samaritans fell, and
Yeah.
the ancient Israelites won.
Why are they
and
called pagan?
Ancient Judah continued to reign, and so the God of
In
Abraham, Isaac,
Israel,
and Jacob.
in this tiny little surrounding the Mediterranean, this tiny little thing, that's the whole world,
Oh, Israel? No.
right?
I do
Well,
not
no,
believe that the Spirit of the Lord is with the.
I'm
ancient
just saying,
Israelites
no, but
is
I'm
there.
saying that whole area, the Mediterranean Sea, is where all of this stuff happens. Tiny little
Okay.
blob of water. There's religions all around the world. There's all
Yeah.
these other faiths and beliefs. This is like, it's, Greek mythology, Norse mythology. This to me is Mediterranean mythology.
Sure, I can see
But
that.
there is nothing that validates
Because there's a
it.
faith in the
You have-
factual.
You have
Right.
to have faith. Why
have
not
to have
believe in
faith.
Zeus? Why not believe in Zeus?
Oh, trust me, I did.
Right?
And we see for ourselves. I think that's what's so appealing about Jesus saying, "Come and see."
Come and see. When you want it to be there, that's usually when you see people see what they want to see. Truth. As someone maybe trying to find gods, you're gonna find one if you're looking. Like if you're looking for a bad time, you'll find one. If you're looking for a god, you'll find one for sure. It's just kind of, is that where you want to go? Who knows?
All I know is that I found God, and He has made my life so difficult, and yet I still choose to have faith in Him and that He is good and He is who He says He is.
Yeah.
And yet, conversations like these are just reinvigorating of that fact. And so, truly, sir, you are not just a good driver, you are a great person and a great conversation.
Thanks. This was a lot of fun. I really liked it a lot.
I don't know your name because I didn't order the Uber.
Oh, John.
John,
Yeah.
my name is Emma. And
Emma.
my dad's name is John, which is
It's
so
a good
lovely.
name, right?
So have an amazing day.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
You
God
too.
bless you, John.
Thanks.